1920s and really into the 1950s and 60s was decentralized from kind of like the middle of the city, right? Where it was like, instead of living around the city area and working and all that kind of thing, they started building suburbs. So now people had to commute 2 miles, 5 miles, and eventually 10 and 20 because the suburbs became monstrously huge. Nobody in the suburbs seems to know their neighbors. There's no third places. There's no common places. It's cookie cutter. And now even the suburbs in a lot of places are actually beginning to decay. This is my cat, Thor. He wants to hang out, apparently. They're beginning to decay too, right, Thor? They're decaying. And with that being said, all right, with that being said, is aside from the fact that suburban areas are decaying and people are sick of commuting, because let's look at this. If you live in the suburbs and you want to work a decent paying job, what do you have to do? You have to own a car or you have to take the train. A lot of public transportation nowadays is either dangerous, it's scary, you have to be right on time or something to that effect. So it sucks. And you're always in a hurry to get over there. So who the hell wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. I don't want to do that. You live in the suburbs, you got to own a 4,000 to 5,000 pound machine, aka a car. Then you got what? You got the car payment. You got the car insurance. You got to fix the car. You got to put brakes on the car, oil, gasoline. So he's going to be in the video. Anyway, with that being said, people have just decided, look, like, I kind of like cities. I like there's so much stuff available and all that. And I get it. I do too. I kind of like certain things about cities. I like going to thrift stores. I like seeing antique shops a little bit and stuff like that. I like historical things in cities. But overall, I would rather trade for the peace and quiet of small town life or rural or country life over the big city feel, because let's face it, me and Mr. Orange Cat here, the Duke of Orange, right? We no longer can afford to pay for the car and pay for the house. So likely selling the house in a few months, and I'm retreating to the woods. Because what's left for modern man is what I ask. Is all it seems like they want is fees and taxes and fees. And it is just becoming such a headache because every year the property tax might go up 5 or 10%. With that being said, American cities, let me put it like this. American cities are now a liability to the average American making 40 or 50 or 60 grand. They are no longer fun to live in. They suck. The cops, most of these places, nobody wants to go out anymore. Because going out may mean a traffic ticket or a warning ticket because you touched the middle line or you went 3 miles an hour over, or they thought your light went out so they pulled you over. So the police have become predatory. City Hall has become a tax predator. Along with, of course, we have predatory student loans and predatory colleges charging students for endless amounts of things that they will never be able to find a job with because those jobs don't even exist anymore or they're disappearing as we speak. The jobs in these small cities often suck. Not every small city, of course, not every big city. There are large cities out there that are doing quite well. I believe in North Carolina or South Carolina, there's some parts of Arkansas I've heard are doing quite well. But again, those are smaller cities and it depends on the industry, so keep that in mind. And obviously, smaller towns can suck in a different way. But look, I would rather work 20 to 30 hours a week, have money left over, and have more freedom than work 40 or 50, let alone 60 hours in a week and get nothing out of it but negative 200 in credit card debt plus 29% interest. That sucks. So my view of the future of America is going to be real simple here. This is my little dissertation, if you will, on it. Is that the only way America can survive is if the predatory behavior of larger cities is stopped. And the only way we can stop all these predatory behaviors of overtaxation, price gouging, rent gouging, home ownership gouging, insurance gouging, call it what you want to call it. We all know what I'm talking about. The price of food and everything else is if we just walk away and say no, I'll grow half my own food. Kiss my ass. 1. 2, I'm not going to pay your stupid property tax. Kiss my ass. It ain't happened, dude. Like, I'm pissed off, and a lot of other people are pissed off. Because it's like the idea or the essence of America was essentially the United States of America, the land of the free, home of the brave. Now it is the land of fees and the home of inflation. So it's not like, wow. I mean, there are places all over America that look like third world trash, to put it. I used to live in Los Angeles, okay? I was an actor out there for several years. And as I lived out there for 5 years, I saw the city progress into a deeper and deeper and deeper state of decline. That California was just a mess. I'm all for the idea of the whole Californian treat people ethically, treat people morally, help people. I believe that 100%. But the truth of the matter is, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. And some people in society get so low, they either don't want the help or they cannot get away from the environment that is destroying them. And in Los Angeles, what I saw was both of those things. They didn't want help because they wanted to go back to a negative, drug-filled environment down on Skid Row or Venice Beach or parts of LA or Hollywood where drugs were readily available, booze was readily available, fast food, because I put that in the category of drug now. Drugs, fast food, weed, booze, strippers, hookers, you name it. All that crap's out there. And it's like all things in moderation, to quote Hippocrates. I do believe that. I do. And I do believe people have a right to like cut loose and have fun sometimes. But you can't make your entire life about getting stoned off your ass or getting drunk every day, or you'll end up like a stoner or a drunk down on Skid Row or somebody addicted to smack. It's simple. You don't want to be addicted to smack. But they can't get out of that area, so essentially they're kind of screwed, and that sucks. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Essentially, the recap or idea there then essentially is, if you want a future in America, unless you're making 150 or 200 grand, living in a city no longer offers very many benefits as it may have in the 1960s or 1970s, even the 80s and 90s. Since the 90s, they've just been in severe decline. Warehouse Peasant signing off here. Take it easy, everybody.